Hey, it's me, Hector Plimmer. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of the Ableton Project of my track Reflections, which is out now. I did a bit of a speedrun version of this last week, and some people were asking for a longer one, so I'm going to go a bit more in depth. So I started the track off with this piano sound, which is just a sampler. I think it was a free sample piano I downloaded called Broken Piano. It might be Lullatone, I'm not sure. Anyway, I ran that through an organelle patch called Tunod, which creates this kind of really nice textured, kind of sparkly delay sound. And then I doubled up the chords. So I basically copied and pasted them with a monophonic wavetable, just a sine wave. Because it's monophonic, and the chords aren't perfectly quantized, you get these like weird rolling between the notes. I ran that through Tunod as well. That's where you get this kind of stereo thing going on. Then I added this bass, which is just a subby, basic subsines bass. I use it often. Just the Ableton stock basic subsine bass. Now with the drums, I have a kick, which is just samples. I've layered them. Here we have a kind of like a filtered up one for a bit more attack. And then coming into this second section, I've added so listening to Kid Knievel's last album, I noticed often that it sounded like the kick was really stereo, and I wanted to try and replicate something like that, using a high sound layered on the kick. Which is not happening. So you get this weird kind of effect of like a stereo sound with something that's like deep. It just accents the kick quite nicely, I think. Yeah, it's just like a rim shot. I have some hi-hats. These are just Ableton's generic DS drums. I use them quite a lot. I use the kick and the cymbals quite often. And then we have some open hi-hats in there. It sounds like there's a sample. Oh, this is the hi-hat. They're just samples. And then I have my open hi-hats, so the DS cymbals working together. And I have these tambourines. So originally I had a sample. What was this from? Yeah, it was called Crunch Powerhouse Breaks. These crunchy kind of samples. And then I recorded my own shakers on top, so they kind of layered up. thought this tambourine sound kind of worked nicely with the field recording that I put in, which is some boat masts. It's like the sail ropes rattling against boat masts, which I recorded in Whitstable. You have this kind of weird percussive sound. And I have this kind of middle section where things start to change a little bit. I start to introduce some chords, some kind of Rhodesy sounds. Some orchestral sounds. So I've had to freeze a lot of stuff because my laptop just cannot handle doing this run through at the same time as playing back. So yeah, this one was called Suitcase Uncle Herbie. I'm not sure where I got it. Yeah, it's just like a kind of nice sound sampler instrument. I just have this kind of looping sound with a delay on. And then I start to introduce these stabs. These stabs are from another organelle patch called Super Synth Engine. I've applied an LFO on the filter to kind of filter it slowly. I think I did it manually as well in using the organelle. And then I added some orchestral sounds. So we have brass. These are just, this will be one of the Spitfire plugins. Maybe Albion. And we have cellos using the Spitfire BBC Symphony Orchestra plugin, just the free one. Or cello. And then finally some flutes, again with the BBC Symphony. So you have these really nice like intertwining kind of melodies and chords. You can add the bass back in, kind of change the bass line for the second half of the song. Piano back in. But at this point it just sounds like it's just my mono synth and the tunod from the piano, which is really beautiful, ducking against the bass. We have our drums. We get the seagulls in the background, of course. Something I love to do is I love using this plugin called ML Distance. It's a Max for Live plugin. And then attaching LFOs to the distance and the pan, so you can kind of modulate how far away the sound is and where it's sitting in the stereo field. It's really nice for just creating some movement. You can see it's not even that loud, but it adds a nice effect over everything. And then finally I ran everything through my SSL Fusion, which I've been doing quite a bit recently. I enjoy. I found especially getting the masters back. There's really nice high end kind of sparkly sounds in the high end. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you for listening to the track. There's more stuff coming very, very, very soon. And if you want to see more of this, please let me know. I'm happy to show you guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening.